Live. Now, about 100,000 COVID-19 vaccines have arrived in the Zimbabwean capital, Harare, from China this morning. And this as the country prepares to begin its vaccination program next week. Frontline workers deemed most at risk of infection will receive the first shots. Our correspondent, Ephert Musekiwa, is on the line to us from Harare to give us the latest on this story. Ephert, good morning. So, of course, much excitement accompanies this particular announcement, but please give us some details and just also some clarity on exactly how many vaccine shots have arrived in Zimbabwe.
Well, good morning to you. I can indeed confirm that Zimbabwe has received its donation of 200,000 doses from China, from Sinopharm, China. And these vaccines have actually landed in the country this morning. The Vice President, who is also the Minister of Health, Dr. Chiwenga, was at the airport to receive these vaccines and immediately indicated that Zimbabwe intends to procure or intends to buy at least 1.8 million doses of the Sinopharm vaccine from China. And they're expecting the first batch of the 600,000 that they have purchased to come into the country in the first week of March.
So, Ephert, as we understand, as it is common practice around the world, the first shots will be administered to frontline workers in the health department. How many do you have in Zimbabwe?
Well, indeed, they also indicated that this first batch, the donation is mainly targeted for the frontline workers, but they did not give us the numbers as to how many people they classify or they classify as frontline workers. But indeed, the vaccine that has been received, we were informed that it is earmarked for the frontline workers and that the rollout begins immediately, and that from the airport, the vaccine is actually being taken to the various distribution points so that they can start inoculation as soon as possible.
Ephert, if you could just bring us up to date regarding the statistics around COVID-19 in Zimbabwe. How many people currently, are still actively infected, and how many cases has the country had to date?
Well, over the past number of days, the rate of infection has actually dramatically gone down. I think we saw yesterday about less than, for the past 2 days, actually, we have had less than 100 infections, 100 daily infections, less than 100 daily infections. And we've also seen the number of deaths actually coming down significantly. Your daily deaths significantly coming down. Yesterday, they only recorded about 5 deaths, so which is a very big increase. Remember that about 3 weeks back, our infection rate stood way above 36%. Now it has come down to less than 5% of the tests that would have been conducted. Currently, we're slightly just above 35,000 cases, and our deaths are still below 2,000. But, we are, the numbers seem to be manageable, but the authorities are saying they're still going to approach it with a lot of caution so that they avoid a third wave.
So we know about the interconnectedness of South Africa and Zimbabwe, and we saw a vast movement of people across the Beitbridge border post over the festive season. South Africa, of course, now dealing with a new variant of COVID-19. What is the situation in Zimbabwe? Do you also have this new variant, or are you still very much stuck with the novel coronavirus strand? Well,
in Zimbabwe, they did indicate that they were testing or they were carrying out tests to see if the South African variant is also present. We did get some confirmation that indeed it was present, but they didn't give an indication as to how prevalent it is, or how prevalent, how many people were actually exposed to this new variant. What I can tell you is that the numbers, the rate of infection has actually been going down. And today we expect President Emmerson Mnangagwa to give an update or to on the lockdown, because it expires today, and he is expected to give an indication as to does the lockdown continue, or will he lift the restrictions and open the country, open the borders, or people are anticipating. We don't know yet what is going to be, but what we did get is that they are still going to exercise a lot of caution in whatever actions that they are going to take.
So I also understand that the plan is to start administering these vaccines by next week, Ephert. Please speak to us about that. What is the quarantine period, and when exactly does the government intend starting on this rollout plan?
Well, Zimbabwe mostly has been following the guidelines from the World Health Organization, and the quarantine period for most people has been reduced to just about 10 days per patient. So it is still what the World Health Organization has been recommending.
Well, our apologies there, and lost the connection to Ephert Musekiwa, but I think pretty much gave us a sense of what is happening. 200,000 doses of that vaccine from China arriving in Zimbabwe this morning, and then they are expecting a further 600,000 doses, of which they have purchased as a country. This first batch is a donation from the Chinese government.